Gatot catch-up probably, and there it is. That's the Gatot para sa side ng ONIC Philippines.
And then they showed the revitalized roamer here. Ogun can just wrap it up with a high loss.
Yeah.
Wrap it up in a neat little package.
Still go for the Alice.
Ooh. Yeah, the more you talk about it, I was thinking maybe the Lapu-Lapu would have been a little bit better.
Yeah. Pero isa naman to sa mga na-consider na natin kanina.
Yeah.
For sure. A very standard pickup.
Oh yeah, they go all dive, by the way.
All dive for sure. So, revitalize makes a lot of sense here.
It has to be high loss, a glorious pathway.
Pwede yung i-keep nila yung Hilda dun sa may gitna, sa may row, and then pick up an Arlot actually. And they themselves pick up the Lapu-Lapu. Alam mo, I think this is pretty even. Parehas na teams na may malakas na lineup. The dive coming up from ONIC is...
Get it together and make this happen with the draft. And Team Falcons on the other side, man, they are loud and ready to see their Team Falcons make it to that grand final.
Yeah, it's quite scary for the Sonics because every single game the red side has won, and it's always been the Claude, but the Claude is on the blue side now for ONIC.
Oh, even despite us finally seeing the Guinevere in the hands of Falcons.
Finally.
It's a not so same combo as well from what we were asking to see from them, because you don't really see the Kalea, you don't even see the Arlot, not either.
Yeah, where was it? Where was it? Where was my Kalea? Where's my good comps?
I don't know, man. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, if this was a Kalea instead, would that end up being better here? But I think, you know, ONIC knew what they wanted to play around with, and they decided to go that way. I think this is comfort, at least for the most part, against Super Prince on that Jushin especially. Whoa, that's a lot of early damage, though, from Ogwin. This is what we usually see with a Hilda. Mind you as well, throughout this map, the way this is going to go is that early aggression and rotation that Team Falcons can bring, but also expanding rivers comes into play with having this Hilda on your side too.
Which is amplified by the fact that almost all heroes on the side of Team Falcons wins the roll-to-roll matchup. Like you have the Lapu against the Alice, you have the Eve against the Zushin, and then the Claude, the Moskov versus the Claude.
Yeah, and overall, just mobility-wise and the way that Ogun can do so much in the early game compared to Brusco, who probably has to wait a bit more for the team fights to break out. And now you're seeing Falcons position themselves first early on before this next, or this first turtle spawns.
Yeah, that's one of the things this Hilda roam lets you do. You're so aggressive, you can poke down even the opposing roamer, and you have control around this first objective. King Kong's got to try to make this happen, but look at the wall he's got to go through.
Yep, it's Flap blocking the way alongside Ogwen. They find first blood on Brusco, and Kirk, he has no way to run, had to burn that flicker just to survive.
Yeah, ONIC tried forcing their way in to the turtle pit, but again, there's a Hilda. You know, this guy's a walking prior. Kyle!
Oh, the Purify was burned, but not the knockup or the spatial migrations. What's that?
This is why you wanted to see. This is why you wanted to see the Guinevere.
Was that the Spear of Misery?
No, I don't know. He did use it.
Because he got knocked up, but not from the spatial migration.
Yes, Savero purified the stacks from the Gwyn, but then a Spear of Misery pushed him back for the combo. I didn't even know that worked that way.
Yeah, me neither. But then Kyle here in danger. ONIC finds the kill! The AOG making sure that Open went down too.
Hey, the super fam claps back. Able to find two.
This is what you get when you give all players all their comforts.
Yeah.
It comes down to execution battle. No macro, no outplay. Well, actually, a lot of outplaying.
Yeah.
It's just about pressing your buttons.
You gotta.
Not gonna analyze this game.
That's.
Let's just let them press buttons. You know?
That's just press buttons. You know, if analyzing was that easy, midnight, I don't think any of us would have a job.
That's true. That's true. You know? But again, this is like classic Falcons mode, right? Like when they feel like, okay, we're near the finish line, right? Even though this team likes macro so much, there comes a point in their career where it feels nice to brawl a bit, you know, just be aggressive. Especially, I remember S13 Grand Finals, Liquid versus Falcons. Like both teams had a mutual agreement. We just brawl, we just fight, no macro.
And that was during a time when the meta was very different, and it was so macro.
It was so macro.
Like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, ever since it's changed and it's been a little more team fight centric, a little more brawly.
Yeah.
It's been really refreshing. An RWM. We'll get a beacon out.
Beacon out, yeah.
Too early, I think.
Black went in though with the bravest fighter. Might get punished here. Kirk going in 2 with the Throne of Ruin. But the sustain from Flap is crazy. Landshaker on 2, and he's still alive. Uses the flicker, but goes down in the hands of King Kong. Whereas Kirk holds down 3 members all by himself.
Meanwhile, the whole time, Super Marco was just pushing in. That looked like an awkward fight, and didn't seem like Team Falcons was sure on how they wanted to go, but whoa!
Oh,
AOG!
Kyle might have just wanted to look for a trade there, but those are tanky members of ONIC that he found.
Yeah, this is the same thing as the one earlier. The Alice and the Got combo. Now Ogwen has to move out.
King Kong has a Phantom Steed still.
Yeah.
Falcons do not want to fight that. He didn't even use that, I think.
Okay, maybe Falcons need to reset a bit. You know, the skirmishing brawly idea isn't really working out for them. The RWM came out too early from the Eve, and it allowed Kirk to just go punish front line. Oh.
Yeah, there was no guaranteed follow-up whatsoever from that. And even if they did flush them out of the turtle pit, okay, hold on, Severo gets knocked back again.
Oh, he goes
at
back.
the BMI, and a bit of help from King Kong now.
Yeah, good thing King Kong was there. Great response from ONIC.
Yeah.
They gotta keep Severo alive to go ahead and continue to farm up on this Claude. He's gonna be pivotal for them to make this work. Brusco is gonna pick up a Radiant Armor first, locking in his first item though.
Yeah, just want to be able to sit on top of the Alice, maybe poke some of the members here on the side of ONIC, because it feels like there's no angle anymore for Kyle. These jumps have always been dealt with by the the AOG as well as the threat of the Throne of Ruin. Now with the Oracle, this changes a lot of things for ONIC. Kirk can now stand in the middle of the fight, but still they have to be worried about the damage output coming out from the Gwyn and then the Lapu. But that means Super Marco has a lot of weight on his shoulders right now.
Yeah, I feel like that's the case for both gold laners, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
And, you know, Marco is maintaining about a 600-700 gold lead ahead of Severo right now. That was also part and due for him just staying on the other side of the map while that last turtle broke out. And the turtle's going to be up here on their side this time. Last one in the game. They'll fight through for it, but you can already see, you know, Flap's there. Marco's back on the other side to prep up for that exact moment. And so, again, if they don't keep control or tabs on Super Marco on this Moskov, he's going to go ahead and continue to put pressure. Most likely taking down the tier 1 might be the trade for this turtle here.
Yeah, it seems like they're not going to fight this. ONIC have complete control over this turtle pit, and they will secure the second, or actually the last objective of the game. I barely realized that there was already 3 objectives that spawned because of this brawly team fight heavy game that we've been seeing that feels so fast-paced.
We missed one, sorry, we saw the 3 turtles.
Okay.
Win.
Okay, he burns the flicker.
That's a beautiful 4-man stun that we got to see from Flap, but it won't really convert into anything. A flicker from Haji though, just to make sure that Super Frisk gets caught in the RWM!
Haji's looking for another MVP performance. They're going to fight it out here on the bottom side. Kyle does pick up a winner crown, but man, what a start and a push from Super Marco.
Man, Team Falcons, Haji with that flicker. ONIC overstayed a bit. They could have gone mid, but because they stayed for bot lane, they had to wait for the next wave, and then Team Falcons just went for the punish because they know all the space in the world right now is everything for them. Now they allow Super Marco to farm up and take towers. Look at the gold. Super Marco is heading to that point.
Okay.
You had to have it happen if you're ONIC.
Yeah.
You had to take out Haji, man.
Yeah.
They knew he didn't have a flicker from the last fight.
Yeah. Just before that, Kyle stole away the purple buff from King Kong though, and he's the one doing a bit of catching up in terms of levels. Surprisingly for Team Falcons, even though they're ahead.
Yeah, Kyle a little bit behind. Gets concentrated energy though.
Yeah.
Wings for Flap.
It's all about Super Marco at this point. It's all about Moskov late game. ONIC, they still have advantage when it comes to head-on collision. Team fight 5v5 is still very good for their side, especially with the AOG and the Throne of Ruin. But Team Falcons, they have a specific way of playing this game. It's all about the split pushes. It's all about the pressure. And it's all about holding ONIC down with this real world manipulation coming out from Haji.
Yeah, load up. Oh, Severo been shot down to half here.
Oh, Super Friends! He gets caught alongside Brusco. Had to use the AOG. Falcons are just so decisive whenever they see a target. It's always Haji laying down these perfectly timed RWMs.
Yeah, again, ONIC getting distracted, losing the important sites. Sticking together is what makes them a super family, and because Team Falcons is able to split them up with the pressure on the top side, they get to find pickoffs.
Oh, Flap jumping in. They're gonna force the fight.
Okay, Savero will be here anytime soon though, but Kirk gets taken out first, and now they also find Brusco. King Kong and Savero, together with Prince, might not want to contest this first Lord anymore.
Team Falcons fought for the Lord. They got a couple bodies and the objective.
The super family is crumbling down. Disconnected plays from ONIC Philippines. And now Team Falcons gets to capitalize. They're the ones who are grouping up.
Oh, Savero had to dodge that. Falcons are just pushing forward. Another RWM Super Prince 2 going in with the Crimson Beacon, but they might find a punish. Flap might go down first, but it's ONIC making sure that they fight back. King Kong on a killing spree, just pushing forward. Open goes next. There's the winner crown from Kyle, but King Kong finds a double just in time. Kyle will try to run away using the retribution, but Savero gets to take him out.
See what I mean? The family that fights together wins together. ONIC with the perfect layering of spells. AOG into the throne of ruin with a blazing duet from Savero. Finishes down Falcons.
They overstepped. They soared too close to the sun on that one. They didn't have to go in and make this happen. Look what happens to Flap. Great lantern from Super Friends, forcing Falcons to react. And that gave the clear sign, the clear way for King Kong to go to the back line.
Yeah, this whole sequence, again, man, this is a proper fight for ONIC. You just group up, layer your skills together. Doesn't have to be against the Moskov. Doesn't have to be against anybody. Pick a fight, pick a lane. You go for the play. That is what ONIC wants. And Team Falcons has been splitting them up.
Oh, man, what a beautiful team fight and defense. ONIC found themselves in, giving them some breathing room into this game, because if that was more of a disciplined approach from Team Falcons, just take the tier 2 out, you got a Lord, great, you know, you've got this lead building up, then it wouldn't have been anything much for ONIC. But after that team fight, now you set yourself up for the next Lord in about a minute.
Yeah, because ONIC and their rundown capabilities are no joke, I feel. Especially if Falcons already lose their box. Because at that moment, I feel like they've already expended majority of their resources that could have been the advantage for them if they were able to force the fight in their terms, but that was not the case. ONIC knew that they no longer had these key resources, so they just kept running through them.
Yeah, again, this is where the push and pull starts, right? For Team Falcons, the way they start the fight is you split them up first. You split up the family, and then you go for look for SOD plays, RWM, and then the combo with Kyle to dish out the necessary damage and find look for pickoffs. But for ONIC, it's as simple as pick a target, pick a lane, let's go and fight. So this next objective, this is big for both sides. For Falcons, top lane control is of utmost importance, but for ONIC, they can just look for a brute force.
Yeah, let's see what they end up doing here. Again, heart rate on ONIC's side, of course.
Yeah, the nerves.
Yeah, the nerves there.
The nerves, especially after the fight.
He looks so calm, but he's 100+ BPM.
Yeah, you cannot hide it.
You know, again, they're facing this potential game to get sent out of the playoffs here, and now
top side.
This Lord is here. Super Marco still on that top side. This could be a massive team fight to break out for this Lord. With the entrance of Super Marco, half health on the Lord here. They're going to go ahead and full commit.
Wait, they're already somewhat half HP! Oh my goodness, the timing of the land shaker and the retribution from Kyle! Brusco might go down first, but Kyle finding a two-man spatial migration. Could it be enough though? ONIC are rumbling. Kirk going in. He's trying to sustain as much as he can. But you see them fall one by one.
Marco's too good with it on the Moskov, and ONIC loses a fight that they needed for the Lord.
They didn't even use the Purify on Super Marco. He committed to go inside the fight. He knew there was nothing left on the tank of ONIC. And Kyle with the jump as well. Now they're looking to break the base of ONIC.
They have the Lord with them. Savero has the blazing duet. But what would be the call? It's a 5-man attempt from Falcons. They're gonna try to work on Brusco
You gotta split up the map, but inside the house of ONIC, it's kind of hard to split up the family. Team Falcons, once again, they have to do the setup. They have to play for the next Lord fight. But ONIC, again, as you've said nicely, they stay alive. It comes down to execution. Again, same story. Top lane is the name of the game for Falcons. Moscow things, but ONIC, they're looking to brute force.
Oh, Kirk.
man.
Kirk is getting bursted down! Gets to escape though. He'll be okay. And they lose the real world manipulation.
Oh, that's a big resource.
They got it out. There's still plenty of time for the next Lord to come up. Haji will have it available. Some of the flickers as well for Team Falcons. Crucial here. ONIC, though, give it up to them to be able to keep holding on into this game when Team Falcons has secured 2 Lords and was knocking on their base.
This is going to be a massive team fight for this next Lord fight. Everybody will have everything. All the battle spells, all the items, the buy-in sells. I mean, not roams. Roams are kind of still poor in this game, but they have all the things that they need, the revitalizes, the AOGs. Actually, just the revitalize. That's just one.
Yeah, man. Jeez. It's one of those games where, despite all of it, again, what's on the line here? Team Falcons, I think they're playing a little messy trying to approach the base because they see what's in front of them, man.
Yeah.
The grand finals and a trip to Paris for EWC 2026. They have to stay calm and collected.
Yep.
And time again, for every Lord, for every objective, it's been the same template. Put Marco on the other side of the map, let him join the fight. Last time it worked out, he jumped right in, following through the SOD with the Wind of Nature. Well, now, maybe ONIC has a plan for that.
Yeah, and what better way to exemplify this entire idea of enduring legacy if not by bringing back this entire Titans of MLBB era, or if not, an evolved version of it. But ONIC are going to push forward. They do use the conceal. They just scout a bit of information, though, as to where Falcons are currently positioned at.
It's a reset on top side, though. There's no minion waves there.
You're going to have to reset Lord at half health here. Look at Kyle's positioning. He jumps!
Kyle!
Oh, Kirk is actually going to go for Flap!
No, Kyle.
Flap was the option actually for this one. King Kong! They get enough space to work on the Lord! Marco landing the SOD is going to go in. Now they're going to work on Brusco, and they find Super Friends! Brusco still escapes with the AOG, but Falcons, they find one in exchange of the Lord!
Oh, man. Falcons, they want to go all in. There's no Zushin.
They got to clear out this Lord. They got to clear out the turret. But it's going to take some time to do it. Team Falcons, numbers advantage. But I don't know if they can finish it. There's still a wave in mid. They're going to go for it. Super Marco waiting for the wave on bot. Team Falcons, they can't let this one slip through their hands again.
Okay, there's another wave in bot. Haji picked up a Winter Crown just now, too.
Go back out, just the turret.
Okay.
The most disciplined choice that Team Falcons make so far with the Lord takes here. Everybody in San Juan Arena is on the edge of their seats right now.
Yeah, things are getting a bit messier for both sides. The Spear of Misery landing on Super Prince couldn't flicker out, but even then, Kyle with that spatial migration caught in a very weird angle, and because of that, ONIC had enough time to just burst down the Lord. And Team Falcons, even though they lost the Lord, they wanted to go for the punish because of the numbers advantage, but now we go to a full reset. Again, same thing. It's now a map reset. Both teams will have everything by the time the Lord spawns. Fortunately enough for Team Falcons, they were able to take out the tower on the bot side, so they still have Lord Prio.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at this replay. Kyle just did not get the set he was looking for with the spatial migration, and that was not a team fight that was in their favor, but they still end up making something happen out of it.
Yeah, honestly, that engage from Kirk, I kind of took my time trying to process because it was a Throne of Ruin just on Flap. But the thing is, Flap is the guy to go in first, so it was quite understandable if you look at it from that perspective.
Yeah.
And along with Flap were the other members surrounding him as well, so he more or less blocked off whatever Falcons could have done just because of that single Throne of Ruin flicker play that Kirk did. And ONIC were just so quick to work on the objective as well, so these were just really good calls that the Super Fam have decided to make now that we're approaching the 20-minute mark of the game.
Yeah, this is, I honestly feel like this series, this is the perfect point in the game. You know, it's game 6. Hopefully, maybe we get a game 7. I don't know, but this has been a slow-cooked meal throughout the entire series. You know, very one-sided games early on.
Yep.
Game 1 and Game 2 gets a little more even through Game 3 onward up to this point where it's anybody's game down to the next Lord and it'll be evolved.
Yeah, and you look at the heart rates on the players right now. Team Falcons as a lower average, I might say. Because, again, they do have Lord prior. They have all the advantage in the world. The slow push as well. Having the Moskov.
Base turrets down.
Yeah, base turrets down. But ONIC, they still have a massive team fight advantage as long as they pick the right targets and they go at the good time. But Team Falcons, again, they have this perfect Lord setup. Nobody from the side of ONIC can actually just brute force their way in. Oh, never mind. Super Prince and Kirk, they find an angle. They force the Lapo ulti.
Wait, yeah. He used the bravest fighter
They see Severo down bot.
backwards, but Falcons, knowing that, are still gonna try and exchange blows with ONIC.
Okay, okay, they've done this against Aurora. They forced the 50-50.
Okay.
Yep. It's going to come down to the 50-50. They got everyone here half health on the Lord for it. Kyle potentially looking for King
reset.
Kong. It goes for a reset,
And the
though.
bottom lane too.
Bottom lane's going to be pushing. Someone from ONIC has to go deal with this.
God.
Team Falcons knows this advantage that they have.
What is Marco gonna do? Okay.
Okay, it's, this is the push and pull.
Kyle?
Kyle!
Oh my goodness, Kyle! He's gonna find one. The SOD2 is gonna land. It's gonna be super for an unfortunate first kill for this sequence. ONIC using the AOG still to re-engage. They're going in for the full commit, but that might not be what they want. The minions are coming in the base, and they've already lost 2 members. Ogun going in with the flicker. They're still gonna try to